everybody and welcome back to my channel. I'm Kirsty, and in today's video I'm going to be attempting to do the 30-minute art challenge. And so I thought I'd make it a bit more challenging for myself in 3 different ways. So first, I thought I would start by doing a painting, which means that I'll also have to allow drying time as well. I also thought that I would try doing lots of different mediums, so I'm not just using watercolors, I'm using colored pencils, fine liners, and I'll use white gel pen as well. And to make it even harder, I thought I would try and do something a bit realistic, so I'm doing an owl because I wanted to give it an even more challenge to try and get shadows and soft shading as well. So I'm starting off by doing the painting, and I'm starting off with the eye using the Windsor and Newton watercolors, and I will be linking all the materials that I'm using in the description below in case you guys want to check them out and purchase them. So I'm focusing a lot of time on the eye because I thought it's really important to make the eye look really good, because it's normally the part of the animal that you focus quite a lot on, so I wanted to make sure that I make the eye look really striking and really realistic. So I started off by using like some really thick paint, and then I go in using the water brush pen by Pentel, and I'm using that to blend out to make more soft transitions as I get closer towards the pupil. I actually really quite enjoyed having a time limit, because normally a lot of my artwork takes a long time, so it can take between 50 hours sometime all the way up to like 60 or 70 hours. So some of my paintings and drawings are really like intense, they need multiple sessions, so it's really nice to just do something quick and fun, something that I could have a bit more freedom on and I wasn't too worried about making it perfect, just something to get me in the creative mood, and it just is a really nice break from doing big pieces. So I definitely think I'm going to be doing more of these kind of pieces in the future, and I might do a little series with the animals in this sort of style because I really liked how it turned out. So I definitely think I'm going to be doing some more of them, and in particular I think I'm going to focus on doing some more little pieces in between large projects as well, because sometimes you can get a bit tired of working on the same project and it's nice to have a little bit of a break. So I actually spent about 7 minutes on the eye altogether, and now I'm going on and blocking in the general shapes for the fur. And to do this I am using some black watercolors, and I'm using a different water brush pen. And I'm not sure where this was from because I got it as a gift, but I will try and find one similar and link that in the description as well. So what I liked about this brush pen was the way the bristles worked was it was really good to get little feather strokes and individual lines. And again, because it was a water brush pen, it meant that I could get some really diluted faint shading as well. And if I wanted some more dark and intense shading, I just used slightly thicker paint. So when I went on to painting the beak, I wanted a bit more control, so I used a paintbrush instead of a water brush, because when you use a water brush it does deposit water quite a bit as you work, so it can dilute the mixture more than you want it to. So I decided to use a paintbrush to block in the darkest parts, and then I left the light areas white, and I used the water brush pen to kind of smear some of that paint into those light areas. So in some areas where I just wanted really faint light watercolours, I applied the water first and added a bit of paint onto it, so it just kind of merged in, and I got a really diluted look so that some of the shading just fades into the background and is just really light. So it was around this point that I decided that I needed to pick up my pace a bit and make sure that I leave enough time to dry the paint. So I was going to use a hairdryer to dry the paint, and then I really wanted to add some colour pencil to define some of the lines and add some white gel pen as well. I was really surprised how quick the time went when I was doing this challenge. I really thought 30 minutes would be enough to do this piece, and I thought I would have some time to do lots of details at the end and make a good job of it, but the time went so much quicker than I thought it would, so I did have to rush towards the last half of the challenge, and I really picked up my pace quite a bit. Also, let me know in the comment section if any of you guys have attempted this challenge as well, and if you did, let me know how it went and whether you found it hard or quite easy. So as you can see, I really wanted to fade it out as it got towards the bottom left hand corner, so I started to use lighter paint and more water. And then I went over and added a pop of like burnt sienna colour just to bring out some of the colours a bit more, and some more like burnt ochre and orangier colours just to add a pop of colour. And I added a few little splatters just to add a bit of interest. So now I just went in and dried it, and I used a hairdryer, but I've used the cold setting, so I didn't use the warm setting, and I just used this to quickly dry it so I could go over it with the coloured pencils. Otherwise, if I left it wet and just went straight over with coloured pencils on the wet paper, then it would damage the paper and the coloured pencil just wouldn't have stuck to the paper. So I did spend a couple minutes drying this off, which did take the time down quite a bit, and I didn't have very long to do the rest. So I do have prints of the final version of this available on my online store, which is at kirstypartridge.com, and I'll leave a link to that in the description as well, so that you can go and check out prints if you fancy having one. So now I'm going over with a few of the Caran d'Ache Luminance coloured pencils just to add in some little details, crispen a few areas up and stuff like that. So now I'm just going in with the white gel pen to add some of the finishing touch-ups, and I really liked how this looked after the 30 minutes, but I seen so much potential in it that I thought I'd spend a couple of extra minutes just doing some extra details so that I can make prints of it for you guys. that's it for this video. I had so much fun doing this little painting and I hope you guys enjoyed it too. If you're new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on future challenges, speed drawings, and also lots and lots of tutorials. Thank you guys so much for watching and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!